Karachi 2021, Imran Khan, never give up on your dream. Now let's start.
Scoring a century at what should not be called Gaddafi Stadium.
Stop browsing flights and start booking them. Fly Emirates Premium Economy. Enjoy world
Australian fast bowler bowl in
Save time creating content and generate a high-quality clone of your voice with 11 Labs.
Let me start by saying that my first challenge was cricket. I was 9 years old when I decided to become a test cricketer. I watched my older cousin Javed Barki scoring a century at what should not be called Gaddafi Stadium now. And I remember I made up my mind that I will be a test cricketer. Now, I never after that did I ever think that there was any possibility that I would not become a test cricketer. It was only a question of when. So along the way, there were a lot of problems which I hadn't foreseen at the time when I decided to become a test cricketer. But the thing about achieving the impossible is, it's a question of handling the bad times. Because whenever you have a big goal or you take the untrodden path, be prepared that you're going to have some bad times. You will face setbacks, there'll be failures, but the people who actually win in the end have this quality. Number one, they never give up. You only lose when you give up. And secondly, they have the ability to cope with the bad times. Now, my first bad time came when first I played my first test match, I was dropped. And when I came back, the headline was, Imran can't. And I didn't play for the next 3 years. I was out of the team. And everyone thought that that was it. But then, I made my way back in the team. But the first shock I received, which I'm telling you, the bigger the goal, the more shocks you're going to have. The more setbacks, the more failures you should expect. So I played my first test at Lahore. And I'm walking out to bat. And the right side to the pavilion, this whole, from right Andrune Lahore, the real Lahoris were sitting there. So all along the way, as I walked to the middle, and remember, it's 70 yards to the middle, all 70 yards, it was Sher-e Lahore, and long live the, Lahore Sher, and so on, and wonderful naras all the way right out to the wicket. But unfortunately, in cricket, you have something which no other sport has. You can be out the first ball. And that's what happened. So now 70 yards back, the same crowd there are ladies sitting here, so I will not tell you what they actually said to me. But I'm telling you in Lahori, Punjabi, what I went through the 70 yards back, it might have been 70 miles I was walking. Anyway, I came back and I was in a shock. I said, how can the same people who were just calling me lion, how could they have turned around and be saying all those things they said to me? And so this, there was quite a while to get over it. But then over the years, I got used to it. The other big time when I can say was the sort of defeat that was very difficult to take was when first time we toured India and we lost. Now imagine now that we've lost the series and we are flying off to Pakistan the next day. There is a team meeting going on. What is the team meeting? how can we arrive in Lahore when everyone is asleep? So we came on a flight that arrived at 4 a.m. in the morning. The custom people kept us there for 3 hours, so until it was light. And everything was confiscated. I still remember it. Everything we had, this is Indian, in those days, the custom laws were much more strict. So everything was taken away from us by the custom officials. And for days, we couldn't go out of our houses. People, you know, the players had to hide in their houses really because the sort of anger the public felt. And then the other setback I can tell you when I contested my first election. Now our party was only 5 months old. Now I kept telling, you know, I was roaming around, everyone was new. There's Dr. Alvi sitting here, Naeem, they were all founder members of Tehreek-e-Insaf. So we had just formed this party and all well-meaning people wanting to do good in Pakistan, but no experience of politics. So I went around campaigning everywhere and I saw a lot of people turned up. But during the campaign, I realized that, you know, we clearly 5 months old party cannot contest elections. So our idea was that we will just go all over Pakistan, take the agenda of corruption to the people, that corruption is the #1 issue in Pakistan, and then just before the election, we'll withdraw. So of course, I was all prepared and, you know, quite enjoying my tour, thinking that we are not going to contest election and loving all the sort of first time sort of going all over Pakistan. As I came back about 10 days before the election, we had a meeting and we sat down and the team said, I said, look, now it's perfect. Parties all over Pakistan. We've got candidates all over the country. Best time to now say that we boycott because at the time, there was already match was fixed. So we thought we're not going to win anyway. So best time to leave. Of course, my team overruled me. They said, no, we are going to win the elections because they had no idea what elections were. Anyway, so I warned them. I said, look, you know, this could be a big disaster. And they had no idea what elections were. All new people. So of course, the polling night, Tehreek-e-Insaf has a clean sweep the other way around, not one seat. Anyway, now by this time, now I'm conditioned. I'm conditioned to seeing ups and downs. So I know I had exactly developed the mechanism how to cope with failure. First thing you do is don't read the newspapers. What is the point of reading the newspapers when you know whatever is going to be written is not going to be complimentary? Secondly, do not go to any public functions. Because when you go to a public function, you will get plenty of advice. Because advice is free. But the only problem is the advice you get when you've lost, it's like rubbing salt on your wounds. So best is avoid people. Number 3, try and go away somewhere where there's no one, like go to the Karakorums for a trekking holiday. Best time to be with the family. But the problem is when you have a sound thrashing, failure has its own dynamics. What it does is that you will find that even your close friends view you differently. Even they change towards you. So if you expect all this, then you can deal with failure very well. Because what failure does is something invaluable. It gives you time for soul searching. It enables you to analyze your mistakes. It is the one time where you can learn. Failure can be the best teacher, provided you do not get demoralized by failure. If you get demoralized, you've lost. If you can assess and analyze your mistakes, it is a stepping stone to moving higher. All the people who I knew over my life who were successful had one quality. They could handle failure, and they had the best analysis. They were the best critics of themselves. And if you have this ability, and this is really what education should do, it should give you the ability to analyze yourself very well. And that is the time that you work to eliminate your mistakes and you get stronger. So the secret of success is that each time you have a setback, and remember, the higher the goal, the more the setbacks, each time you analyze, work hard to eliminate the mistake in anything you do, and then you can move forward. But never. The biggest problem is that when you have a setback, is that there is a big temptation to scale down your dreams, to scale down your ambition, to suddenly expect something less of you. This is the biggest trap. Most people fail when they compromise on their dreams and their vision in times of weakness. It is the time when a person is vulnerable. And in this state of vulnerability, you will make a fatal mistake by scaling down on your ambition. So I'll give you examples. When I started playing cricket, I saw Dennis Lilly. I was only 18. I saw Dennis Lilly, this great Australian fast bowler in England. And I wanted to be a fast bowler. Now, whenever I went to the coach in Worcester or the senior players where I was playing county cricket, everyone said, you don't have the physique, you don't have the bowling action to become a fast bowler. You can't become a fast bowler. And every time they told me that if you try and change your action, you will lose all your natural gift. I'm probably the only bowler in history who completely remodeled my action to suit my ambition. Because your body adjusts to your ambition. Your body will adjust. The body follows the mind. Mind is what is the power in a human being. The power of mind.
Thank you everyone for watching. We will do the next part in a bit. Okay, Allah Hafiz.